What's good? What's good? I'm back. Yours truly, one and only Paul Pickett, host of the Paul Pickett Podcast, aka Triple P, aka the Common Sense Podcast, your source for music, sports, politics, world events, and much, much more. Today, we're going to do an interview. This is going to be the first interview with an international musician or artist. All my interviews have pretty much been with people in the United States. So I'm interested to see how this interview goes, not just with the interview itself, but the connection of the interview. So let's bring them in. We got UK musician KingFast. We're gonna bring him in right now. Here we go.
Hey,
What's good? How you?
yeah, I'm good, man. How are you?
All right. Kind of loud in the background, man.
Yeah, I'm really
bit.
sorry. It's the only place I could do it today because I've got a
right.
performance after this.
Okay. How you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Okay. It's a slight little delay, but I think we'll be all right. I usually like to start with the name before the name. Was there a name you had before you had KingFast?
Yeah, I just used to go by my regular name, which is Paul Walker, but unfortunately that name was
Okay.
taken. So
Oh, so your first name is Paul?
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Okay. And of course, my first name is Paul.
that's right. Yeah,
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 29.
29. How long you been singing?
Well, I've been performing, gigging and stuff for about 10 years since I came over to England. So yeah.
Okay. So you're not originally from England?
No, I'm actually born in Jamaica.
Okay.
And then I was adopted and raised in Belfast, in Northern Ireland.
Okay. Belfast. Wow.
Yeah, bit of a journey.
Wow. So you've had an interesting journey. You were born in Jamaica, you were raised in Belfast, and then you moved to the UK.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay. There's a little pause and a little freeze going on. Like I said, it's the first overseas interview, so I didn't know how it was really going to go. What was it like in Belfast?
I could try and connect it to my phone's internet. It might be better than the Wi-Fi.
Do what?
I'll try and connect to my phone's internet and see if it's any better. Give me 1 little second. It might cut out.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm actually on the Ethernet connection.
Oh, okay. Cool. Sorry about this.
Okay. It's good. It makes it more organic and more original of an interview. I think we lost you there for a second. Let's see. Okay, we got you now. Okay. So you said you were born in Jamaica and you lived in Belfast. What was it like in Belfast? Hello? Can you hear me? Hey, can you hear me? Okay, hold on. We lost him. We're bringing him back in. It looked like he did a. Okay, you switched to a whole other link. Okay, I didn't know you was doing a whole different one. Okay, so you said you were born in Jamaica and you lived in Belfast. What was it like in Belfast?
Yeah, it was all right. I think it used to be obviously a really rough place.
That's what I've heard.
It's okay. Yeah. These days it's not so much like that. I don't think. I'm sure there's still remnants of it, but it's okay these days. I think. Yeah.
And how do you decide to move to the UK?
Well, I came over. I'm in Liverpool now.
Okay,
I came over for university. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
I just ended up staying because it's really fun and good culture and loads of music around and stuff. So I just stuck around. Yeah.
Yeah, my sister went to Oxford for like a semester, and she really loved it. She said
Okay.
it was really great over there. Okay, so what's the music scene like over there?
So yeah, it's awesome. There's music every night, everywhere you go. Like in Liverpool in particular, there's every genre you can imagine. Um, it's hard to compare to the other countries that I've not been to, but I think it's really vibrant in England at the moment.
Is there a lot of opportunity for up and coming artists?
I think so. Yeah, it's. I think there's so much that it's like a lot of competition. There's a lot of people performing, obviously, but that's probably the same everywhere.
And what's the radio scene like? Is it a lot of politics with it? Do they play up and coming artists?
Uh, so much on major radio. BBC do a thing called BBC Introducing, so they'll play people in the local area, which is good. But I think they might be getting rid of that.
Okay. A little delay going on here. So you said you've been singing for like since you're 19. How long have you been recording music?
Probably about 5 years now. When I released my first sort of single. Sorry, I'll bring this closer. Yeah, I released my first single about 5 years ago.
Okay.
And I've just I'm getting into the understanding of how to record myself and how to produce and stuff like that. I'm only learning all that side now.
Do you do all the production yourself?
I'm starting to, yeah, but there's just some people can just do it so much better that sometimes it's better to give it to them to do, kind of thing. But I do want to learn those skills at the same time.
And now you said you're going to college, right?
No, I finished in 2015.
Okay.
And I'm just doing the music thing full time now.
Now you got a manager. You signed to an independent label.
No, it's all independent stuff. It's all off my own back, and just trying to break through in any way I can.
Okay. So you're right now you're writing and producing all your own music. How do you go about getting your shows?
It's a lot of sending out emails and stuff. Try to contact venues and bands, see if anyone wants to support. Sometimes the best thing to do is just put on your own thing if you can, which I've done a couple of times and to varying degrees of success. But if you can put on a show, and then you obviously keep more money. So that's the best way to go when you can.
Now, when you say put on your own show, you mean like rent the venue out?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a big thing in America too. Like, you either rent the venue out or you typically try to open up for the major artists. Now, how is it easy for opening up for major artists out there? Is it politics involved with it?
I don't know too much. I haven't really had that opportunity just yet. I'd love to do something like that, but I haven't managed to open for anyone too major just yet. But I think that time will still come.
Now, people like paying to open up for major artists out there, like in the U.S.
I haven't heard of that. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
And like, who got you into singing and recording music? Anybody specific, or you just started singing and you realize you're good at it and you just start recording?
A little bit of a mix. When I was really, really young, I really liked Michael Jackson. I think that was the first kind of inspiration. But then, since then, various singers, rappers, dancers have all sort of, in some way, sort of let me know that I want to perform, and that's what I want to do.
And who are some of your like mainstream influences?
Currently, really enjoying Kendrick Lamar's new stuff at the minute.
Okay.
Bastille, they're an English band. I don't know if you would know them over there.
I don't. No, I'm not familiar with them.
Bruno Mars, big fan of him as well. Quite R&B stuff for the most part. Yeah.
How much influence does the American market have over what y'all do out there?
I think it's huge. I think the UK has its own niche and stuff. It's got I think a lot of the rock music in the charts, like more indie stuff. A lot of that's coming from Britain, but I think the majority of the charts is from over there, or at least influenced from there.
Okay, so a lot of American artists have influence over there. Like, I know it's harder for y'all to tap into the American market. Why do you think that is?
Well, I always think it's because obviously America's so big. You might, even if you could get big in, say, Illinois, it doesn't mean you're big in Chicago or New York or whatever. So it's probably just trying to get big in that whole country. It probably takes a long, long time.
Okay, sorry, it was a lag. Okay, so you said it was just too. You think it's just too big of a market? You don't think like America kind of doesn't support overseas artists enough?
I'd never considered that. I don't think so because there's still, your Dua Lipas and Ed Sheerans and stuff still doing really, really well. I think it's just a really hard market to crack because there's obviously Americans you're trying to compete with as well. So it's
okay.
Twice, 3 times the people over here, probably more than that actually.
Okay. Yeah, I have to wait a second because it keeps freezing up and whatnot. So what kind of sound do you typically go for when you're trying to record music? What's your sound that you're going for?
I do like to change it up and vary it. But I think I probably mostly lean to R&B, but there's pop and folk elements in there, and just whatever inspires me on the day. Trying to just create something different every day.
Okay. And the name KingFast, where does that come from?
Oh yeah, that's.
Is that anything to do with Belfast?
Yeah, it does. It's a mix up of Kingston, which is where I was born, Belfast.
Oh,
So
okay.
Yeah.
So it's you mixed Jamaica with Belfast and came up with KingFast. Okay, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt like I had to have some sort of name because my Paul Walker is just, unsearchable, ungoogleable.
Paul Walker. Hey, wait, hold up. Ain't that the same name as the dude from Fast and Furious?
Yeah, that's my real name. So I just sort of thought I can't really use that.
Okay, I just caught on to that. And I want to go back to the Jamaica thing. Like you said, you were adopted. How do you end up from Jamaica to Ireland, man? Like your adopted parents moved to Ireland?
So they're from Ireland.
They're from Ireland.
Yeah, they had some friends and relatives, I think, that worked out in Jamaica. That sort of brought them out there. So then they met my brother first, adopted him, and then came back and got me later. So they were sort of all over the world anyway, but they obviously really liked Jamaica and got with us.
Now, are these white people or black people?
Yeah, white people.
They were white people? Okay. I had to ask because, they had the situation with Colin Kaepernick just called his adopted parents racist. And it was like, he called his adopted parents racist. And I just didn't really feel no need for that,
Sorry, the signal went there. Can you say that again?
Yeah, there was a situation with Colin Kaepernick. You know who he is, right?
I'm not sure. Sorry. No.
He's an NFL football player that took the knee.
Oh, okay.
And he was adopted by some white parents, and he came out and said they were racist recently. I just felt like there was no need for you to do that. You know what I'm saying? When they literally adopted you, and your original parents didn't really want nothing to do with you and didn't take care of you.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, that's mad. Well, I guess I don't know his situation, but
yeah.
No, I definitely wouldn't be thinking that about my parents.
So, what's the UK politics? What is that like? Is it anything like America?
I think I guess there's similarities. Yeah, it's very much like a left and a right like America. I think our left and right aren't quite as extreme, maybe at times, but
Okay.
I guess there are similarities, yeah. But I feel like there's the same sort of disdain over here. There's not, like, people don't really want to support anyone at the minute. There's not like
Okay.
anyone to root for. That's how I feel anyway. But you've probably seen, we've been going through prime ministers like quite a lot.
Yeah, like I never really was big on the concept of kings and queens, like bowing to people and things of that nature. Like I have a big issue with that. You know what I'm saying? You think UK is always going to be like kings and queens?
I'm not sure it will actually. It may well be, but I think that obviously the Queen was for most people there for their entire lives. So maybe
Yeah.
something will start to change now that she's kind of passed away. But yeah, same with the politics. I think I do hear a lot more people talking negatively about the royal family than ever before. So something could change. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, it's the same thing with the presidents in the United States. They've been talking more negatively than before. Like especially with social media, you know, people, everybody feels like they have a voice, and they do. You know, like if you get enough followers, you got a voice. You know, and enough people to listen, and you got a voice. Now,
Yeah,
does the politics does it bleed into the music over the UK?
I think it does. Yeah, yeah.
It
Especially in sort of
does.
like in the rap scene, yeah, big time, particularly. Um, but yeah, because there was people were singing a lot about Boris Johnson when he was on top. So yeah, I think they get in there.
Now you're so activist. Like I was listening to some of that, and I kind of think I know what it's about, but I want you to explain it a little bit more.
Okay, yeah. I I wrote that about just people. There's people everywhere that are kind of just doing everything to prove that they're great people and everything on camera to show that they're great people, and that's sort of where the idea came from. Um, yeah, that's pretty much the summary of it, actually. Yeah.
So I kind of thought it was like you were calling out people who were kind of portraying to be activists, but won't so much activists.
Yeah. Big time that as well.
Yeah, like you know, because there's a lot of people that like you know in America we call it wokeness or whatever, and they, you know, some people like they just join the crowd just to join the crowd to be cool. Like they don't really believe these things. They don't really stand behind these ideologies or these values or these, you know, whatever's being said, you know. And I think a
Yeah.
lot of that's going on, like, you know, especially with like people say the transgenderism is more of a fad than anything. And my sisters being teachers, they've kind of said that too. Like a lot of the kids just go along with what's cool at the time, what's everybody else is quote unquote doing and whatnot.
Okay.
So what's your goal as an artist though? Like you trying to stay independent or you trying to sign to a major label or
Um, Honestly, I'm happy independent at the minute, but a major label would be a dream, obviously, if I could get there. But I just need to keep pushing and try and get more followers, more streams, and that. And they need to want me, so that's kind of the thing.
now do you have an investor?
No, I don't have anything like that. So it's all backed by me, kind of thing. Just kind of.
Have you actually been like trying to find one or anything of that nature? Because like I think for most independent artists, like a lot of people think like the key is to just find a label, but sometimes it's best to just find an investor, you know, that's just trying to get a return on investment and invest in this. Because investors typically believe more into the music, you know, they believe in the project more than labels, because labels typically only want to sign established artists at this point. They don't always totally get behind the music and totally care about the music. You know, it's just about how many fans do you got, how many followers, how many tickets are you going to sell at a venue and things of that nature and whatnot.
Yeah, I've never really considered an investor, actually, to be honest. I don't know where would you go about doing something like that?
Like you know, I managed the artist before, and we found an investor. It's really just about, like you said, email blasting out a lot of people, running some ads on a daily, you know, and just putting out like we just try to focus on the music, you know what I'm saying? When we did it, we try to
Yeah.
make everything about just making the best record possible, which I think, you know, is really lost in today because the oversaturation of what's going on in the music business, you know,
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
like
That's a good idea. I might try, look into that.
the oversaturation. I'm guessing it has an effect over at the UK as well.
I think so. Yeah. There are a lot of bands to compete with, and a lot of them sound similar. But that's that's again probably always been the way, but maybe it just feels more present because of the internet and things like that.
Okay, so there's not a lot of originality going on either over there, you would say.
Um, there probably, I think there is. It's just I think you have to work hard to find stuff because there's like the odd time you do find an artist or a band that's really unique, but as you say, oversaturated with pop singers that sound similar to other pop singers, that kind of thing. It's just about digging deeper, I guess.
Is it Ed Sheeran or whatever from there?
Yeah, he's from South England.
Now, when a cat like Ed Sheeran comes out, does everybody start trying to make like Ed Sheeran music instantly in the UK, or how does that work?
Yeah, I think so. I think acoustic music got really popular that year. He got big. Even I was inspired by him. I use a loop pedal live, and I got that from him. So I think it's okay to take elements. Maybe just try not to copy the whole act. But yeah, I think that waves do happen. The same when Mumford and Sons. I don't know if you remember them. There's a bunch of music.
Mumford and Sons, yeah.
There's a bunch of music like them after they came around. So I guess that's natural. Also happens. There was a big dance craze kind of worldwide about 5 years before that. So
yeah, I think a cat like him would have not made it like back in the days because of his image. But I think now we're at a point where it's not all about the image. Like people really are like thriving and thirsting for like good, what we call good music. And when you know good music when you hear it,
yeah,
you know
100%.
when you hear it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more people being critical of music, and in a good way, on a bad way, obviously. But I totally agree with you. I think people are really searching out and like going with a fine tooth comb for people's lyrics more these days and stuff. I think it's really cool. Yeah.
Do you think you sound like anybody that's out? I really couldn't pinpoint like anybody that you specifically sounded like.
The only person I've ever got that's sort of relevant at the moment would be The Weeknd. I've been told a couple of times.
The Weeknd, okay.
Yeah, but no, I wouldn't say I'm too similar, but a little similarity there. Yeah.
And now, how often are you releasing music?
I'm gonna try and keep it fairly regular, do 3 to 4 releases a year. So just doing singles. Let's see what kind of picks up. I think that's the way to go. Singles, it's a singles market until you kind of have a family that want to do EPs or whatever.
It is, and the thing is, it takes longer to break a single than it used to because, based off American market, I don't know how it was in the UK, but it was all about radio and the street team. And when the internet came out, that changed. Now it's all about everything. You got to have YouTube. You got to be popping on Spotify, Apple, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. There's just so many different avenues, and you can't just leave like none of them untouched.
Yeah, that seems to be the way. And like I can't really get my head around TikTok.
Let me ask you about that. What's like the TikTok reaction in the UK? Like, you got a lot of people trying to ban it here in the United States. You got other people. I think they're already about to ban it in Canada. I think India has banned it. China doesn't even use our version of TikTok. They actually use a different version of TikTok because they don't want like Western culture like influencing their people. And a lot of people are saying that China's tracking and this, that, and the third. But if I know anything, Google's tracking, Facebook's tracking, Amazon's tracking. They're all tracking.
Yeah, definitely. I
Like
didn't know it was
people,
getting banned, to be honest. I didn't even hear
yeah,
about
they're
that.
trying to ban it everywhere because they say China is using it. They're using the information to track us and this, that, and the third. But I could go to a restaurant with no internet connection, and as long as I got my phone, they've tracked me going in that restaurant.
Yeah,
They know I
yeah,
went to that restaurant. So I think this whole tracking thing is really preposterous. Because TikTok, like for musicians, if you give it a chance, it's really got great results. Have you messed with it at all?
I'm I'm sort of working my way around. I'm using it a lot more now. I just don't quite know what people respond to. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's 30-second videos, if it's videos of great quality and effect, or if they just want loads of videos.
all of
I'm just
that.
still
They
trying to
want
figure
all of
out.
that. All of that.
Okay, yeah.
It's the quality. It's loads of video. It's the 15 seconds, 30-second videos. For a person like you should be singing it up, man, on TikTok. You should just be doing a little clip, singing it up. I know if I could sing, you couldn't shut me up. You couldn't shut me up. That's one of the things I wish I could do is sing
Yeah.
because I think about the old doo-wop groups on the corner just singing to females walking by all day long. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
women love a singer, man.
It's true. Maybe I need to use it more. I think you're right.
Yeah, so I would definitely mess around with more TikTok. Definitely more YouTube shorts. I don't know how much you do with YouTube shorts, but you could get a good amount of traffic on your YouTube shorts just
Yeah.
doing like little singing segments, or you writing to a beat, or just a day in the life of KingFast.
Mm. Yeah, that could be
Now,
interesting.
is there anything Belfast about your music?
Probably not massively, no.
I didn't
There might
think
be a
so. I didn't
yeah.
see like I got Irish blood in me, so like you know, I didn't see it as like
Yeah.
Belfasty and whatnot.
With Belfast, I don't quite know what their music scene is. I think it would be more indie as well. But I don't
More
think that sort of
indie?
music would suit me. Yeah, I think so. There's just
Aren't
a
they
few
more like
bands.
punk rock and garage rock and things of
I
that
think
nature?
definitely in the past it was all of that sort of stuff. But I'm trying to think of like current bands. Like Two Door Cinema Club, they'd be quite big. They'd be more indie as well. Uh, I'm sure there's still a bunch of stuff coming out of Belfast. I haven't delved into it in a while. But I only get back once in a while.
I gotta ask you because America seemed to have gone backwards. How much does race play a part in the UK right now?
I think I've personally been quite fortunate. I've never really had an issue, but there have been plenty of protests sort of coinciding with the ones in America, and people are coming forward saying, horrendous stuff happening here. I do think it's more in the capital than in London, but yeah, I think stuff still goes on. I also think it's more. I think Asian people get a worse, get more racism here than Black people. But people will have 100 different stories. So,
And I would say that with America too, that Asians are getting it really bad in America. After 9/11, I mean, people were super racist towards Arabic people in America. Prejudging them and didn't know them from nothing, and just prejudging them just because a few rotten apples. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Now, do you do a lot of political stuff with your music? Is activist like one of the very few political songs, or
I probably do a bit. I've been writing a lot of stuff like about just all kinds of topics, and during lockdown, everyone was writing about everything. But I don't think anything that I write is actually too. What's the word?
edgy?
Edgy. Yeah. I think most stuff are things people would agree with, but it's hard to know. Yeah, maybe some of it would be considered political. Yeah, we'll just have to see whenever they said if people hate it or not.
Okay, okay. And how do you worry about censorship at all in the music?
I don't think it's a huge thing. People do say act like it is, but when I was listening to that new Kendrick Lamar album and stuff, he pretty much said whatever he wanted. Not really any backlash either. It wasn't like offensive or anything, but it was pretty free, and he was saying his own opinions and stuff. So I think you can kind of say whatever you want, but at the same time, do expect some backlash these days.
Yeah, I only ask because Kanye. It just like I know
Oh, that's the
from
guy I
like
should have used as an example.
yeah, I know personally that people have been trying to censor him, like his music and whatnot as well. Like people will put
Yeah.
out projects that have like Kanye West music in it, and they said they'll not allow you to release that project unless you remove Kanye West music. And I just think like music is always something that music entertainment should be like off limits. I always thought, you know,
Yeah,
like
I do agree with
comedy,
you, but
music, movies. It should be off limits because it's just entertainment. It's not you're not supposed to take it like literally all the time. You know, like you know, if somebody says like I did something, like a rapper might say, you know, he did something in his music that he might not never did, but it always gets taken literally. That doesn't
yeah,
necessarily happen with singers and whatnot, though.
yeah.
Like they
No,
don't take everything
I agree with
literally.
you. I think with Kanye, it's like yeah, he said some pretty divisive stuff, I suppose. So I can accept that people are going to want to take him off their records. He sort of has been saying whatever he wants for a long time and getting away with it. So I guess it does make sense.
Now, being a UK artist, do you care if you blow up in the American market, or are you just more really concerned with your market?
I honestly, I'd be happy anywhere. If for some reason it just started popping in Sweden, I'd be happy to have a fan base in Sweden and just focus my energy there.
Yeah.
But yeah, America's awesome. So that would probably be. I imagine America is the biggest market you can have. I'm not certain, but I think it is.
Well,
So
it's
I would
only
love to
because
see.
we started the music industry.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah.
That's the only reason. Like we started the music industry and whatnot. Now, do you do any shows outside of UK?
I haven't done many. I've done a couple in the Republic of Ireland.
The where Republican of what?
In the Republic of Ireland, so the south of Ireland. And
Oh, the Republican of Ireland. Okay.
I did a thing or two in France, but that was it. Nothing. I haven't done a lot outside of UK, but I'd love to. I always want to
Do you
travel
still
as
have
well.
connections there in Ireland?
Not massively, no. But again, I just sort of send emails out to everybody I can, and hopefully something sticks. And sometimes you get a response, and a lot, 9 times out of 10, you don't hear anything back from people. It's just the way it is.
Now, typically, how you finding these emails? You getting on social media and just finding like if they got an email on Instagram or like on Facebook or something of that nature.
Usually, yeah. And if they don't, I'll just send a message on Instagram. But I don't think that's the best way to get in touch with people. But if it's all you've got, give it a go.
Now, you typically only hitting up like show promoters, or you typically hit up playlisters, or what?
Everything, yeah. I've tried a few playlists. There's a few have got back to me. But sorry. But yeah, promoters, again, venues, because I do a lot of work just in covers as well. So I just come into a pub, which is what I'm about to do here. That's why it's
Well,
kind
you
of
cover
crazy.
music.
Yeah. So I'm doing a covers gig tonight.
Who do you cover for? Like what music?
I sing a big variety. So some Sheeran, some Bruno Mars, some trying to
Oh, you
think
do Bruno Mars covers and stuff?
a little bit. Yeah. I try just a lot of top 40 stuff that people can sing along to.
Does that make it easier for you to get your shows? Because rock bands are big on that.
Yeah. It pays the bills and stuff as well. But you get you give out some cards and stuff as well, and sometimes you get to play people's weddings. So it's really useful to do. But obviously, when I get to play my own stuff, that's that's what I love to do the most.
Now, are you married? You got kids or anything? Or is it just you making music?
Just me making music. No, I've got a girlfriend, but not married yet. But yeah,
Okay.
just chipping away, making the music best I can.
Okay. And So like, you got a new album coming out, or what's the future plans with music?
Oh yeah, I've
Just
got a. The next thing is a single, and that's coming at the end of this month on the 31st. It's called Praises. It's got a little bit more of a gospel kind of R&B vibe, so that's exciting.
okay.
And I'm just working on a lot of stuff. I've got about 6 or 7 songs that I could release, but I just want to tighten them up a little bit. So it's quite good to have that buffer of just focusing on the promotion and stuff, But I'm always writing at the same time. So.
Okay, so you said it's a gospel record.
It's got gospel elements to it, yeah, but it's not religious or anything, but it's got that kind of vibe to it.
Is gospel big in the UK?
No, not really. No,
Not really. Yeah, it's a tough genre to work.
Yeah,
exactly. It really is. It's a tough genre to work. So you just try to do all types of genres. Do you play any instruments?
I play guitar and a little bit of keyboards. Yeah.
Okay. How good are you on the guitar?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I wouldn't say I'm the best. I think my voice is my instrument, but I can play the guitar to back myself. On the keys, I'm okay. But,
do you play any instruments live?
Yeah, both. I put my keyboard and guitar into the loop pedal, and I can create quite a big backing track sort of thing with like.
So you do both at the same time, keyboard and guitars almost?
For some songs, yeah, worked quite well, yeah.
Now, how complicated is that? Like, what is it? One hand on the keyboard and one hand on the guitar?
Oh well, so if I'm using the loop pedal, I'll like play like a phrase on the guitar, and then that'll keep repeating, and then I can layer on top of that with the piano.
So explain a loop pedal to me.
So it's basically you press the button and you sing or play your guitar into it, and then whatever phrase music, it loops it exactly, yeah, and that'll just keep going, and you can keep putting as many layers on top of that as you want. So I use that for harmonies, beatboxing and stuff. And, yeah, once you get the hang of it, it's easy to do and it's really fun.
So is that the thing that you see the people always pushing down when they're playing like guitars and stuff live on it with their feet?
Some people use them, yeah. They're pretty popular at the minute, and yeah, it's good for singer-songwriters like me who don't have a band, because you can kind of compete with other people's bigger sounds and stuff.
Yeah,
I know Katie Tunstall used to do it, and Ed Sheeran obviously is one of the ones that made it really popular.
Why not try to get a band?
I think I've got too used to performing this way that I sort of forgotten about the band thing, but I do want to do it at some point, because I think it's a totally different vibe to have a band. It's not as good as you can play all the instruments. You can't quite get a groove the same way as a bass and a drummer together.
Now, is it common playing that way? Is it like there's other people that do that?
Yeah, I think it's quite popular. Yeah, I know quite a few people that do it, and what's good is that everyone uses the loop pedal in a different way. So it's not like everyone sounds the same.
It seems like you really gotta love music to sing, play the guitar, and the keyboard at the same time, man. That seems like a lot of work, a lot of preparation. Like, how much time goes into your performance preparation?
Well, I guess I've been building my set list for a long time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I could probably perform my own stuff for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours now easily.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously I'm not going to do that to anybody, because that's a lot of music I have to listen to. But yeah, I think I've got it quite well nailed, and I don't make mistakes as often. So yeah, I could probably do a gig now without really needing to practice. But I put in a practice every once in a while to make sure I'm still sharp.
What's the name of your new single you got coming out?
It's called Praises, and that's on
Praises?
31st of March.
Yeah. Is that a Friday?
Friday the 31st, yeah.
Yeah. Now you doing the pre-release on that and whatnot?
Yeah, I'm going to be doing some stuff soon. Put out the link and stuff to pre-save it. I'm just waiting for the distributor to confirm it, and then I can start sharing it a bit more.
Okay. How successful have you been with like getting picked up by Spotify playlists or anything of that nature? Like their actual playlists.
I don't think I've really got anywhere with that just yet, but this might be the one because I think this one's pretty mainstream and I think it's well produced, but it's one of them. You never know. There's probably 20,000 songs being released every day, maybe more than that. I don't even know. But,
How many weeks ahead of
hopefully,
time are you doing your pre-release?
as many as I can. But sometimes the distributor takes a long time to kind of confirm your song. So I can't
Yeah.
really share anything with people until then.
Yeah, you typically want to do it like 5 weeks in advance because Spotify wants music before everybody. And then you got to think
Yeah.
there's about 100,000 songs being uploaded every day. What do you think about that? I mean, is that a problem for the industry going forward?
It's a good question. To an extent, it is, but I guess there's always been that competition's just moved to a different sphere, maybe, and it's
Yeah.
just figuring out how to work it. But it's definitely tough. It's really tough to get yourself seen, but new artists are still emerging, so there's obviously ways to do it.
Do you think people consume music differently? And
I
that's the
think so.
reason why?
Yeah, I think having things like Spotify and Apple Music, where you just have basically all the songs in the world available,
Yeah.
maybe does mean you value it slightly less, maybe. But
And then it
I
doesn't
mean,
help
yeah, I
with
feel
this.
like even I do.
I think it also doesn't help with distributors doing this unlimited distribution. Like you pay for a whole year and you get
Yeah, that's
unlimited
true.
distribution. Like if
Yeah,
you know you got unlimited distribution, you're like, well, why would I not waste it? Why would I not just pump out a bunch of songs and whatnot?
yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people do, but I think it's important to try and have restraint. Um, Otherwise, your music doesn't seem like it's got value if you just put out you know, 30 songs a
I
year.
agree. I
Yeah,
agree. Like you gotta like slow down the process, really take time, make sure the song is just perfect as can be, as good as can be. Because I think like a lot of artists get lost, and once you get a certain fan base, you're not making music for yourself no more. Like I
yeah,
think when we first trying to get on, like we're making music for ourselves. We're making music because we love to make music, and we're making the music that we love to make. But once you
yeah.
start getting investors involved, you start getting a certain fan base. To me, at that point, it's about making music for your fans. Do you agree with that?
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%. I think that's why most artists' second album is quite different to their first, and that's a
Yeah,
lot of times that's the most difficult album to to remain successful. But I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing, to try and cater to your fans a bit. But as long as you keep some of your own identity, I think that's okay.
yeah, I agree with that. As long as you don't just stray too far away from the nest, where your
Yeah,
fans be like, "What are you doing?"
yeah,
And you
yeah,
still give your core fans the core fan music, but still try to experiment with different things, different sounds, different elements, different vibes to try to gain in new fans.
yeah, 100%.
I mean, isn't that the purpose of your gospel record? Like to try to bring in like those gospel fans?
Um, if they like it, definitely. I think it was just it's a vibe I really like. That
Okay. It's
sort
just
of
really the
harmony
vibe
and
is a
stuff.
gospel vibe, really.
Yeah.
Not so much the
It's
song.
not so
Now,
much
you
the song. No,
religious?
no, I wouldn't consider myself religious at all. No.
I'm a laws of nature guy myself.
Okay.
Like anything I look at in life, I have to look at from the eyes of like other mammals.
Okay.
Because I think I think we're like so disconnected from our natural selves. We're all about evolving, like just trying to evolve and change and evolve and change. And nothing else in society evolves and changes around us. Like animals don't evolve and change; they just follow natural laws, and we just keep making up law after law after law after law after law
Yeah,
and
yeah,
whatnot.
yeah, yeah. That's right. Yeah, I feel that.
Okay, well, I don't try to usually go over an hour. We're like 45 minutes into it. Like anything you want to shout out or say, like anything that's even non-music related. Like you're not into acting or anything of that nature, or
No, I'd give it a go, but I don't think I've got the right
yeah.
temperament for it. But no, just yeah, if people are interested in me, just look up my channels. They're all at KingFast Music, all one word. But yeah, I've got a variety of kind of R&B, pop, acoustic kind of stuff. It's all in those sort of genres somewhere loosely. But yeah, thanks everyone for listening.
Okay. And you got any social media links that you want to shout out and whatnot where people can follow you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just search KingFast Music on all the socials, and you should find me quite easily. Yeah, that's all it is.
So you got what? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook,
Yeah,
Twitter,
TikTok.
Okay, so you got TikTok as well too. And I'm gonna
Pretty
definitely
active
make
on all
sure.
of them. So.
Okay, and I'm gonna make sure I tag you, like your name and all the social media posts that I do with the interview and whatnot. I'd actually like to do another interview with you, like kind of more away from like the background noise though, so we can kind of.
Yeah. I apologize. I got this.
No, it's fine though. It's fine.
Thanks, man.
All right. Thank you for coming in. KingFast.
Thanks very much.
Oh yeah, and before you go, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna play your I got your music video loaded up that I'm gonna play at the end. The one day. What is it? Is it one day?
Yeah, awesome. That's
so I'm gonna
right,
play the one day at the end of this podcast as the outro. Normally I play my I got an outro theme music, but when I do the interviews, I always try to play a music video. I think that was your best music video, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I know it's 3 years old, but I still liked it. It's a good song, and it's still new to people who haven't heard it. So
yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm very proud of that song, so I'm all right with that.
Thank you for coming on this interview. UK artist KingFast, otherwise known as Paul Walker, not the Fast and Furious Paul Walker, but hopefully you're gonna be as big as he was. So
yeah, you never know.
Yeah, definitely hit me up, man.
All right, man. Yeah, let's stay in touch.
All right, peace.
Thank you.
All right. So I'm about to play his video real quick. One day for the outro, KingFast, and I definitely like that his name was he incorporated Jamaica and Ireland. I got the Irish blood and whatnot, and I'm gonna try to definitely do another interview with him so we can get a little better background audio going on and whatnot. But definitely check him out. Here we go.
One day, one day, one day, one day. The mirror dictates your being, but the image that you are seeing is veiled, inspired by false idols. And these gods are arranged with their Bibles. You could change every day, but it won't make it all okay. One day, you will fade. Your face show choices you've made. One day, you'll have regret, 'cause you've paid to have a full standards met. One day, you'll see. One day, you'll be heartbroken that you've let this world arrange your life. To exercise your wealth like that is quicker than your legs can kill fat. Now your teeth will have no feeling. Nah, comes a forever healing. You can change every day. Flawless is fiction. Don't read the papers. Flawless is fiction. You can change every day. Your life might not be okay. One day, one day, one day, one day, that you know now, oh, you know now, yeah, till one day, one day, one day.